Hi! Welcome to War of the Spark. For anybody who doesn't know, there was a book published by Greg Wiseman, this guy, that's all about the plot of War of the Spark, which is depicted in the cards that were in the set. And my personal opinion is that it's not worth reading. So I read it, so you don't have to. I'm the weather girl of Ravnica. Behind me, this is a map of the 10th district. This is where pretty much the entire story takes place. This map is from the D&D book. I actually have that in the other room and I use it as a cross-reference. This is well researched. However, there's something very special about this informational telling of War of the Spark. And that very special something is that I've had an entire bottle of wine. In sangria form. We spent the last hour or so playing card games and getting drunk. I also had a bit of whiskey in my tea. And now I'm going to tell you guys the story of War of the Spark. I will be referencing my notes, because if I don't, I will literally forget everything. So the story begins not on Ravnica. It begins nowhere, literally nowhere. They don't tell you where it starts. In a conversation between Ugin and some other dragon. They don't tell you who the other dragon is, but it's Niv-Mizzet. They don't say that, but it's Niv-Mizzet. So Ugin is talking with Niv-Mizzet's ghost, because I guess Niv-Mizzet died. We didn't see Niv-Mizzet die on any cards. He's just dead. It's very unfortunate. I like Niv-Mizzet. He seems like a cool dude. He tried to attack Bolas, and it didn't work. For anybody who doesn't know who Niv-Mizzet is, he's a big-ass dragon. He's the head of the Izzet Guild. He's the Parun of the Izzet Guild, I should say, not the head. He's not the leader. He's also a big smarty pants. He's a real smart dragon, but he's not as smart as Bolas or as strong as Bolas, because Bolas killed him. He's gone. He's dead. Yeah, they just gloss over it. So apparently Sarkhan, who you might know as the guy who's just like really into dragons, he's like really into dragons. He is the Scaly of the Magic the Gathering universe, and he brought Niv-Mizzet's remains to Ugin so they could chat. So they're chatting and they're just like, ha ha ha, I'm Ugin, I'm Bolas's brother. I'm a big dragon spirit or a spirit dragon. I don't really know the difference. Anyway, you suck and you failed. I hope our plan works. And Niv-Mizzet's like, my plan will work. I'm super prepared, except I died before because I'm not prepared enough. And that's the whole prologue for the book. It's not the prologue, but it takes place in nothingness. It's just the void. They're in the void. The dying was not part of the plan. You'll see. Oh God, I'm out of focus. Whoa, jeez. So now we meet a brand new planeswalker named Teo Verada. Teo Verada is a shield dude. And this shield dude is pretty much just Peter Parker. He's really nice. He kind of sucks at what he does. He seems pretty smart. And he is introduced walking through the desert. He's walking through the desert with his pack of acolytes. He is a monk, or training to become a monk, and he is in a big parade of dudes behind the abbot who leads the monks, and that abbot is... what's his name? Abbot Beres. Abbot Beres. And they make a very strong point that Teo Verada is standing behind a very windy animal. The number of times that farts are referenced in this chapter is upwards of 10. I made sure to note that down because it's important. The reason why the acolytes exist is because they are shield bearers. They make shields out of geometry, like triangles and shit, and they use those to protect people because they live in a crappy desert where there are diamond storms, where big-ass rocks that are, I guess, diamonds, just fly through the air and kill people. So people need to have the ability to protect themselves against these diamond storms. And I guess learning how to do that, something Teo did, but apparently he sucks at it. He is the least favorite. He is in the back of the pack. He is not liked by his abbot. So when there is a storm, he protects himself and the pack beast, but not very well. In fact, he's injured. He is injured because a big diamond gets through his shield. He drops his shield because he sees in the sky somehow something calling to him, a light. And he walks out of procession. He walks out of the procession and he ends up covered up in sand and pretty much dead. If you didn't know any better, you'd think, oh crap, Teo, who we just got introduced to, he died. This is now Game of Thrones. We got introduced to a character and he immediately died. Same chapter, whatever, this is normal. No, he didn't die! But that was a secret. I shouldn't have told you that. And now, we leave Teo and his being buried in sand to go to Chandra and the Gatewatch. Chandra is hanging out at her mom's house. Oh my god, Pia Nalar, that's Chandra's mom! Who is Chandra? She's the fire lady. That's not Jaya, she's the young fire lady. There's two fire ladies. And she is hanging out with Jace. Oh my god, you guys know Jace, he's terrible. And Teferi, you hate him. You hate his cards. But he's actually a good guy. A Johnny, big kitty cat. He is actually hanging out with Jaya, and the two of them are talking about bird watching. Jaya, by the way, that's the older fire lady. And she is the best because she is talking with a cat man about bird watching. There's just something about like a cat talking about bird watching that makes me really happy. And I want everybody to know that. Oh, and Karn is there too. That's the big golem. He's like, just standing there. Johnny and Jaya are perched at the countertop in Chandra's mom's kitchen, and they're all drinking hot cocoa! Oh my god! Chandra's mom is so nice. She has hot cocoa for all these nice children. She's like, oh, you lovely men, you broke me out of jail and proved my innocence because it turns out Dovin Bond sucks. I love you guys. Have some hot cocoa. That implies, by the way, that cocoa beans exist in Kaladesh, which they are currently. They're currently in Kaladesh. But what's this? They feel a mysterious pull. A pull to another plane, a pull to Ravnica. And they're reminded, Bolas kicked our ass on Amonkhet. But you know what? We're ready on Amonkhet. We've got Rawl enlisted. He's going to call all the planeswalkers with us. We're going to kick some ass. So they all start planeswalking after feeling that pull to go to Amonkhet. Chandra says bye to her mom. Bye, Mom. I don't think she hears her because she's in the kitchen. Chandra's not. They're in like the living room. I don't know. Maybe it's an open concept house. I don't really know how architecture works on Kaladesh. Yeah, they're the Super Friends! And they go away. Except, wait, no, something else happened. They were waiting for Gideon, who's part of the Super Friends. The Gatewatch. Okay, Kai is not part of the Gatewatch. Teferi is. Karn isn't. That sounds right. Let's pretend that that's correct. Gideon is looking for Liliana. And Liliana is nowhere to be found. Gideon is like, oh man, where's our last person to Gatewatch? Except for Nissa. Nissa's also missing. And Chandra's like, oh my god, I love Nissa. Where is she? I want to hang out with my best girlfriend and or my regular girlfriend. I don't know if they're like girlfriends or like girlfriends. Maybe both. They could be both. There's nothing says it can't be both. They can be best friends and girlfriends. And after feeling the pull of Ravnica, all of the Gatewatch, including Gideon, he appeared and he said, I couldn't find Liliana. Go to Ravnica. And that is where we start our story. And I made a couple things here to say, I'm Jace. I suck. Also, this is my house. Jace is here. Alright guys, Jace is here. That's where Jace lives. Jace, for anybody who doesn't know, is the Living Guild Pact. Living Guild Pact means Jace has special powers. This is not explained in the book. Jace has special powers. He's the law of Ravnica. This is one part of Ravnica. He says things and they happen. He has an assistant who's from Azorius. Her name is Lavinia. She's really cool and kind of great. Anyway, they went there. So we're just gonna say Jace is here. Alright? Jace is here? You guys okay with Jace being here? Oh no, I disappeared. Oh jeez. Okay. So we're back to Ravnica, and we are introduced to Rawl, who is an Izzet lightning mage. He goes, he's had a lot of cards printed of him recently because he's important to this story and this story alone. My microphone moved. I moved it back. Rawl and Kaya and Lavinia are hanging out with Hekara's dead corpse. They're in a bell tower. They are in the... This is Rawl, by the way. They're in the Azorius bell tower, which I assume is somewhere over here, because this says Azorius on it. Somewhere here. That seems right. Right? Yeah, they're there. No, Tomic's not there. In fact, Rawl is like, oh man, I miss my boyfriend, Tommy. Tommy Pickles. They're in a bell tower, specifically. It says they're in a bell tower. But Rawl and Kaya and Lavinia are there, and so is Hekara's corpse. Oh shit, she died! Who's Hekara? She is she's from Rakdos. I should probably introduce Kaya too. Kaya's the ghost assassin, and the book makes a lot of jokes about how she's a ghost assassin. Does that mean she assassinates ghosts, or she is a ghost? She assassinates ghosts. However, she has the ability to turn herself intangible, which is very convenient for killing ghosts. And Rawl reveals, through his internal thought process, that the 10 gills tried to give Niv Mizzet, who's the big dragon, whose ghost I talked about earlier, power. And they failed. By the way, I mentioned before, Jace, Living Guild Pact, power of law on the planet, or plane. Yeah, he's been missing for like 3 years. Because he was on Ixalan. He lost his memory. He got a new girlfriend, her name's Vraska. You'll meet her later. Pretty much Jace sucks at his job. Alright guys, Jace fact. Jace hates broccoli. Jace fact number 2. Jace previously dated Liliana. Jace fact number 3. Chandra wonders if Jace and Liliana had sex. That was in the last chapter. Jace fact number 4. He only has 9 toes. Did you guys know that? Somebody told me that. It turns out it's true. He lost a toe to frostbite running away from Bolas after Tezzeret tried to use him as a pawn and failed. Jace has gotten around. Yes! So, Rawl and Jace and Lavinia. No, Rawl and Kaya and Lavinia are hanging out, and there's Hekara's corpse. Hekara is from Rakdos. Hekara is dead, and Lavinia killed her, but she didn't mean to kill her. Nicol Bolas possessed Lavinia because Tezzeret slapped a device on her head, which made her possessed by Bolas, and Bolas possessed Lavinia to kill Hekara, so no longer was there a representation of Bolas when they were trying to make things happen, and then Bolas left. They destroyed the device on Lavinia's neck. That's actually not stated anywhere, but I assume that the mind control device is gone. It's gone. Rawl then activates his beacon. It's actually already activated in the previous chapter, but this is where we hear him saying, "Oh, I activated my beacon." Rawl's beacon is designed to draw all planeswalkers to Ravnica, and somehow they all land in that way. 10th District. I don't know how they all land in the 10th District, but they do. How long is this book? It's 500 pages, and we are 26 pages in so far. I'm going pretty quickly, wouldn't you say? So they call everybody here. And personally, Jace is really hoping that his "I'm the guild pact, I am the thing that makes all the guilds united" will allow him to simply take down Bolas by being like, "It's under the law for you to exist, and so you're gone by." And then, oh shit, Rawl and Kaya and Lavinia look out the window and they realize, oh my god, Nicol Bolas is on our plane now again. I guess he must have been here before because it would only make sense if Niv Mizzet died. Niv Mizzet isn't a planeswalker, so he must have been here before for them to have fought. And he says, or Kaya says, "Oh no! Something's going on out there!" Liliana is now introduced, and Liliana is a fussy hussy. I don't like her. She is here. Liliana is watching as Tezzeret and Nicholas Bellissimus raise a big old pyramid, Bolas' Citadel, inside of the 10th District Plaza. That is somewhere over here. I don't know what this says. It probably says, I don't know where the 10th District Plaza is. It's somewhere over here. You don't think I'm gonna make it through the book? I disagree. I'm gonna make it through the whole book. I'm gonna read to the whole book. So this is from Liliana's point of view. And she sees that happen. They raise a big old pyramid. And then she's like, Nicol Bolas, do you think that's enough? Because it's dumb. And you're dumb. And then Nicol Bolas also raises a big statue of himself in this whole little area. All of this takes place, by the way, in this little circle right here. There's right here, you can see the scale. This is a less than a 1 mile circle where all this crap is going down. And Tezzeret, who is hanging out with Nicol Bolas and helped him raise the big platform, I don't really know how, leaves. And now we are introduced to Rat. Because Teo, the guy who is from the Sand Monks, is on Ravnica. He planeswalked to Ravnica because Rawl's beacon, which he turned on, which calls all planeswalkers to Ravnica. Did I say that before? I'm not sure. Calls everybody to Ravnica, and they are in the Trans Guild Promenade. Oh wow, I'm very out of focus. The Trans Guild Promenade is the spot where all the guilds are centered in Ravnica. It's also where I guess the gates are, but I don't make any mention of that. Sand people. Yeah. So Teo planeswalked as he was being buried in sand to Ravnica, and he meets Rat, or Arathia. Who is Arathia? Arathia is a sweet young lady. I personally identify with her. She's really cool, and she's Okay, people don't see her. She scurries. That's not why they don't see her. A rat has the magical ability to not be noticed. However, Teo notices Rat. And Rat's like, oh my god, you can see me? You can see me? Well, that's crazy, man! Nobody ever seen me before! This is the best! And then she talks a lot at him. She talks a whole lot at him. And it's pretty much like, oh, well, my name's Arathia, and both my parents were in Gruul, but my godfather's in Selesnya, which is where the tree people are over here, Precinct 3. That's Vitugazi, by the way. That's why there's a thing over here. They don't hook up, no. Teo's like, I don't know, 17 maybe? He does not immediately planeswalk and be like, whoa, there's a girl here, we're gonna make out. Instead, he's like, oh god, I don't know where I am and I was being drowned by sand and now there's a girl here? Need more drink. I had a bottle of wine, but let's see if there's anything left in here. It's mostly fruit at this point. You don't think Teo's 17? Teo's 19? Whatever, he's Peter Parker in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's some good stuff. As I mentioned before, Jace is in the Chamber of the Guild Pact. He has planeswalked here, and he thinks, oh god, it's an ambush. Because he gets there and he realized that the Immortal Sun is activated. The Immortal Sun is from Ixalan. The Immortal Sun is the creation of Azor, who is actually the guy who set up the guild system on Ravnica. This is not mentioned in the book, by the way. And the sun is activated. The sun prevents planeswalkers from leaving the plane that they're currently on. Oh my god, what a cool invention. Anyway, it's on Ravnica now, so Jace realizes, oh, even if I wanted to, I couldn't planeswalk away. So, Jace is here and he turns himself invisible because he thinks he's about to die. Turns out he's not. So the rest of the people who were hanging out with him at Chandra's mom's house, which is Johnny, Jaya, Teferi, Karn, Chandra, Gideon. Sounds right. The guild plaque, like, +2. They show up also here, and they are in Jace's office. Jace, being the living guild pack, is supposed to do, like, loyalty things, but he never does them. So he is here. Everybody hates him. And eventually he meets up with Rawl. Rawl? No. Rawl is still talking with other people. Never mind. I don't know where Rawl is. Rawl is still somewhere over here. Rawl is over here. He's a good boy. He's got the zip zaps, but he's a good boy. We now go to the perspective of Gideon Jura. Gideon Jura. Gideon Jura is the big ol' strong boy of white, colorless fame in War of the Spark. That's his card. He's that colors. And he has the Black Blade reforged. The Black Blade had previously it previously killed an Elder Dragon. And Gideon thinks, oh, I'm gonna use this to kill Nicol Bolas. because Nicol Bolas is here. I didn't mention that. Nicol Bolas is near Liliana. Bolas raised his statue of himself and himself on the Citadel, and he's here. Liliana is here. Teo and Rat are here. Jason, the Guild Pact, are here. Whew. Okay. Anyway, Gideon thinks he can kill Nicol Bolas using the Black Blade reforged because of the Black Blade before it broke before. Killed an Elder Dragon. In fact, it killed Chromium's best friend. We're gonna go with that. Chromium's best friend, who is a dragon. Also, Chromium's a dragon. He's an elder dragon. Look at M19. I don't know these things, okay? These happened before the book. They're not explained at all in the book. They're just here. Oh, you're right. They're over here. Boom! Jace, stay where you are. That's your house. Jace, this is your house. Actually, this is your house. Jace is in his house. Nico, Bolas, and Liliana are over here. They're not gonna move for the entire thing. Teo and Rat are here. Jace is here. We're good. Okay? We're good. Jace, being the dumbass mind mage that he is, thinks he's gonna be able to use his I'm the Guildmax and what I say is law powers to take down Nicol Bolas by saying, you're illegal. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. What I say is law. And if you disagree with me, then you're wrong and dumb and stupid. So you can leave. So Nicol Bolas, they want to do a sneak attack on him. So Jace and Johnny and Karn and... No. So Jace and Teferi and Gideon are trying to do a sneak attack where Teferi's going to be like, I'm going to slow down time. Dude. And Jace is like, I'm brains and stuff, we're invisible. And Gideon's like, I'm strong and I have a sword. They're going to make a sneak attack on Bolas. And Johnny and Karn and Chandra and Jaya are left behind in the place where Jace was. Jace is now making his way. Jace is making his way towards Bolas now. They have left his house in the middle of my street, my house in the middle of my street, to go towards them, and they're sneaking and sneaking and sneaking and sneaking, and Jace is using his illusions to make all of them invisible, and he's using his brain powers to communicate between all of them. And then, oh shit! The planar bridge opens. Tezzeret, who had planeswalked away, he helped raise the citadel with Bolas. He planeswalked away, and he had opened the planar bridge. The planar bridge is the thing that lets stuff go from Amonkhet, that's in Egypt. That's the stuff that lets things go from Egypt to Ravnica. I almost called Ravnica America. It's the stuff that lets things go from Egypt to America as long as they're inorganic. So a big ol' thing opens right where Teo and Rat are and where Jace was and where like a Johnny is and Jaya and Chandra still are and Karn still is. All those guys. Oh god, there's a big old portal and it just opened up and it actually destroyed Jace's house. Jace is like, oh shit, my house, but also my friends are in my house. And in his house, they're like, oh shit, we're getting destroyed. And they leave. They're all safe. Nobody gets hurt. I don't really know why they had to be there. Pretty much a circle opens up and zombies start pouring through it. They are Lazotep coated. They're covered in metal, and that makes it so they're able to get through the portal. So Tezzeret's on Amonkhet. That's another plane. It's Egypt. He has the portal. It's open. Zombies are coming through. Oh my god, zombies! Zombies! And Dak is here. Next chapter, Dak is here. Who is Dak? Dak is the self-proclaimed best thief in the universe. Should you care about him? No. Is he doing anything? No. Dak's in the book, though.
We didn't get a Dak card, but that's okay, because Dak doesn't get to have a card.
He's the greatest thief in the multiverse, according to Dak and only Dak. Dak has a special power. His special power is that he can absorb the abilities of artifacts and put them in himself. So if an artifact says, I make things magnetic, then Dak can take that ability from the artifact, put them in himself, and it's like, I can make things magnetic. I'm Dak. I'm Dak! Dak's in this book. Don't question why Dak's in this book. We didn't get a planeswalker for Dak. Anyway, Nicol Bolas knows that Jason and his dumbass friends are sneaking up on him. And he's like, hey, you guys are using telepathy? I'm way better at telepathy than you are, because I'm like 100-foot tall dragon. Size correlates power. And he's just kind of like laughing to himself. And I want to explain quickly why Liliana's working for Nicol Bolas. Liliana, she's actually, as those zombies come through the portal, she's the one commanding them. She's the one who's telling them, hey, you guys should start killing people. And they start killing people. Liliana's working for Nicol Bolas because Liliana's a dumbass. And she made a contract with a bunch of demons to say, I want to be immortal. And they were like, cool, do this stuff in exchange for us, including being our slave and things. And then Leon was like, oh, gross, that's awful. And she enlists the help of Jason, his friends, to kill all of the demons that were enslaving her in exchange for immortality. And now she's super duper powerful and really good necromancer, except she's, it turns out Nicol Bolas actually brokered that deal between them. And he actually owns Liliana. So Liliana, if she betrays Bolas, will die. Because Bolas said so. Also, Nicol Bolas said, if you vomit, you have to eat the vomit. And that's just like a weird fetish thing. I don't really know why Bolas would say that. Because she's like, oh, it's so gross that you're so powerful. Ew, zombies are killing people, even though I kill people all the time. I'm vomit. And Nicol Bolas is like, if you throw up, you gotta clean it up. Ha 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 ha. Ba-dun-dun. That's a sitcom. It's a very bad sitcom. Always read the terms of service. I'm out of alcohol in here. The fruit has more alcohol in it. The fruit has more alcohol in it. So Jace, who is the Guild Pact, however, the portal got opened over here near Taro and Rat, and all those other planeswalkers. Tries to use his Guild Pact powers to say, stop, Nicholas Bolasimus, you're under arrest, Nicol Bolas, you're under arrest because I'm the Guild Pact, and what I say is law on this plane. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because the ley lines, that's like mana flowing through the world, are interrupted when the Transguild Promenade has the big old portal opened in it. Jace is no longer the Guild Pact. That's what you need to take away from that. Also, Gideon, who is with Jace, sees Liliana and is like, oh shit, is she gonna help us? No, she doesn't. He actually sees her start to be like, come my dead and undead, you must kill everyone. And the army comes through and is like, I'm killing people because I'm the army. At some point, a Johnny, who is near Teo and Rat because they're in Transguild Promenade, heals Teo. Teo was injured in Diamond Storm. Diamond Storms are like sandstorms except with more diamonds. If this were Minecraft, I would be very happy to be in a Diamond Storm, but we're not in Minecraft, we're in the War of the Spark. So, Kaya and... oh, right! Kaya is here. Kaya, who was with Rawl, Kaya and Rawl go towards the embassy. Why do I have those in notes? Oh, and Kaya's really tired. Kaya is now the leader of the Orzhov. She doesn't want to be the leader of the Orzhov, and she's slowed by all the contracts and all the ghosts. So she's weighed by ghosts. So normally Kaya would be really strong. She's a ghost assassin, but now she's like, oh my god, there's so many ghosts. I hate ghosts. This is the worst. She doesn't want to be the head of Orzhov. Orzhov is the Black and White Guild. And Kaya and Rawl meet Teo and Rat. Boom! They're on top of each other right now. Kanye West meets Teo and Rat. Also, Rawl has goggles that see planeswalkers. At some point in the book, I don't know where, because I forgot, Rawl tells Karn, who is somewhere near here, hey, I have goggles that see planeswalkers, and Karn is like, cool! And he makes it so every planeswalker can see whenever somebody else is a planeswalker by having their spark visible. So pretty much every planeswalker at this point forward can see every other planeswalker spark. Bolas, planeswalker, Liliana, planeswalker, Jace, planeswalker, Rawl, planeswalker, Teo, planeswalker, Rat, not a planeswalker. Kaya's a planeswalker. Rat isn't a planeswalker. She's just like girl, good at not getting seen. That's what's happening. And we get a cutaway in the novel. Away from Ravnica. Vraska. Vraska is Jace's ex-girlfriend. Jace lost his memory and planeswalked to... Jace planeswalked to a place called Ixalan. Then he lost his memory. Then he met a girl named Vraska. They started dating. They're both pirates. Blah, blah, blah. Before that, actually, Jace and Vraska fought each other on Ravnica. Somewhere over... There's actually... I don't know where they fought. It was somewhere in this not quite sewers. It was like on the way to the sewers, Jace and Vraska fought. And Jace won because this is not in the book. Jace won because he had illusions, and the illusions got turned to semi-stone, and then the semi-stone illusions, after Vraska petrified them. Vraska's a Gorgon! She's a Medusa! All Gorgons are women on Ravnica. That's a fact. I read it in one of the stories. No, in the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. I read that. It's a fact. It's true. And, Vraska gets trapped by the stone. Jace wins. Jace wins. Anyway, Vraska is busy being a pirate, and she's completely ignoring Jace. Jace had previously wiped her memories at her request so they could forget her dating Jace, so Nicol Bolas wouldn't find out about them dating. And Jace and Vraska was doing stuff for Nicol Bolas. She's chilling with Nicol Bolas. Wait, no. Vraska isn't on this plane. Vraska's not on this plane. Vraska's not here. However, there's a goblin with Vraska who is like, oh my god, Vraska, I miss Jace. Where's Jace? I'm a goblin. So really, I should be more like this. Where's Jace? Vraska, where's Jace? He was your co-pilot on the boat. I think that goblins dab a lot. Where's Jace? I don't know where Jace is. Anyway, we're back to Ravnica. Dak still exists. There's a Dak chapter here. Nobody cares about Dak. Dak's here, I guess. He's here. It's really sad. Let's talk talk about stuff that's happening over here in Transfield Promenade. Aurelia arrives and sees all the zombies swarming through the portal, and she's like, oh shit. And then Gideon's like, hey, what's up? I'm here too. I was with Jace, but we failed in our plot, so I'm somewhere over here right now. Hi, Aurelia. You are really hot. And Aurelia's like, cool, I know. I'm an angel. Here's a horse. So Aurelia gives Gideon a horse with wings. It's a Pegasus. The Pegasus's name is Gideon's Promise. That's really dumb. I can't believe that Aurelia trained a horse herself for Gideon, who's only sometimes here. But you know what? Aurelia, I'm questioning your tastes. You're a cool angel, babe. It's going on. The Parhelion, which is a big old monster of a ship full of angels, is also like making its way down here from probably somewhere over here. And it's like chop, 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 chop. I'm full of angels! And starts fighting the zombies. Chandra and Jaya and Lilian and Lavinia leave at this point to go to Selesnya. Because they want help. Because there's zombies invading. So we're gonna make that happen. Alright, 1 second. I'm gonna make a thing for Chandra. Chandra. Okay, Chandra's here. And they're heading towards the Selesnians. Also, that 1 second. It's Chandra and Jaya was part of the Guild Pact. Not the Guild Pact. She hasn't taken the Guild Pact, but she's a friend. Jaya and Lavinia all go to Selesnya because they're close by, honestly. They're pretty close to Precinct 1, which is where the rich people live. Wow, that's pretty good. That's good. Anyway, those fuckers are, they're at the border of the Selesnyan area. This whole circle you see here is the Selesnyans. And they say, Selesnya, please help us. And Chandra and Jaya are like, we're fire, so if you don't help us when we burn, fire make you die. Pew pew! Flame, 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 flame! But they don't. Because Nissa shows up. And Nissa is Chandra's not girlfriend. And she makes the tree, which is this tree. Woo! Woo! Okay, we're good, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. She makes the tree alive. She makes the Vitu-Ghazi, which is the world tree. The one that stains Selesnya. She makes it like get up and stuff. And now Vitu-Ghazi is a big elemental. He's a 9/9 and he has haste. It's an instant speed spell and you can cast it on any land. And this is here. And Chandra, who I did make a thing for, is real gay for Nissa. Nissa's a quiet girl, okay? She's shy. Oh no! Lavinia's sticking to Jaya! Yeah! Okay. They're all hanging out here. This is fine. This is fine. So Rawl was hanging out over here and he was fighting crime and whatever. And he leaves to go look for his boyfriend. Stop sticking the tail rat! Okay. Tail and Rat are still fighting the zombies over here. As far as you know. Rawl leaves to go find his boyfriend somewhere in the rubble belt. Where the rubble belt is actually isn't described, so we're gonna say that it's over here. Rawl is looking for his boyfriend Tomek. He's checking out his apartment. But Tomek isn't there. Oh no! His boyfriend's not there, and he's really worried because there's zombies invading, and I would be worried too if there were zombies invading and my boyfriend was in our apartment. Also, they're from different guilds. Rawl is from Izzet, and Tomek is from Orzhov. And they don't necessarily like each other that much because guilds are dumb. It's like racism, but without the racism. So, Kaya is now with Teo and Rat. So they're actually together through the entire rest of the story. So I'm gonna write Kaya on here. Kaya. So this is the Kaya, Teo, and Rat system. This is the Kaya system. This is everybody. This is everybody who matters. And they're going to Orzhov, which is, where's the cathedral? Orzhova is number 4. It's over here. Somehow they must have just walked walked by these idiots. They're heading towards Orzhova, but nobody knows their way around. So Kaya is the current head of Orzhov, but she doesn't know shit about Orzhov because she's only been the guildmaster for like 4 weeks. And Rat knows a lot, but she doesn't know a lot about Orzhov because she doesn't spy on the Orzhov a lot, even though people don't see her. She just isn't there a lot. And they got trapped in an alleyway. Ooh, they're gonna die. Except no, they don't, because Domri Raid, everyone's favorite bitch, shows up, and he's like, "I'm here to fight zombies." And also, Rat's dad, Gan Shakta, is there. Gan Shakta is there. That's Rat's dad. So they try to pick a door together, pick the lock to a door together, and they all fail, and that's when Domri saves them. So they go hang out with Domri and Rat and Kaya and Domri and Rat's dad. Oh, and Vorel is there. Vorel is from the Simic. And Mary is there, and she's from the... Is it? And they all head towards the cathedral, which is also somewhere around here. I don't really have to move them. It's still Orzhova. They're still somewhere over here. At some point, they meet up with Samut, who is freeing souls. Samut is somebody who is native to Amonkhet. Amonkhet is where the zombies are from, and she was like, I know literally every zombie that's here. Be free, Jonathan! Be free, Marcus! Be free, Bumbus! Be free, Chicken Butt! And she's freeing people whenever she kills them. And by freeing people, she's killing them. She's killing the zombies made from the people. She feels their souls will be free, and if that makes her feel better, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. Oh, and Whatley is there. Whatley's from Ixalan. Jace, you belong on the floor. Whatley is from Ixalan. And Ixalan is where the Immortal Sun is from. She summons dinosaurs. She doesn't summon any dinosaurs in the book. She's also with Saheeli. And... Kidra? What the fuck did I write here? Kiora! Kiora is there. Okay. And then, oh my god, the Vitu-Ghazi. The Vitu-Ghazi that Nissa raised is making its way over to Bolas in the statue that he made. And Bolas' statue is toppled! Boom! Psh, by the Vitu-Ghazi. That's the tree. That's the world tree. It doesn't say Nissa moved, so I'm gonna assume Nissa is actually still here hanging out with these guys. Nissa's here hanging out with these guys. And the statue that Bolas made of himself is toppled. Whoa! Oh shit! And then Bolas is like, whatever, and makes the 4 remaining gods of Amonkhet, the zombie gods, come through the portal. That would be Bontu, that's the black god. Ronus, that's the green god. Aketra, that's the white god. Never mind, there's only 3 of them. And then, wait, no, there's a 4th. Bontu, Aketra, Ronus, Kefnet, the blue flying one. That's the 4. That's the 4. They come through the portal, and Domri Raid, who was with... Where's the Kaya and Rat? Oh, these guys. With these guys. Says, oh my god. Whoa! I am so impressed by Nicol Bolas's ability to raise giant zombies that I'm going to join his side. So Domri Raid and the Gruul raiding party that is with him are now fighting for Bolas for literally no reason other than I think Bolas is going to win and maybe he'll take my favor. Side note, not mentioned in the story. Domri Raid, who's the current head of the Gruul, rose to power because Nicol Bolas helped him do that. That's because Borbor tried to help rise Niv Mizzet, and they failed, make him really strong, and he got ousted as the head of the guild. Borbor! We're gonna go with Borbor. That is, so Borbor's out, Domri's in, Domri says Bolas is the new hotness. Bolas is the new hotness, not the old hotness. He's the new hotness. And, oh, Jace, you're on the floor, my beautiful child. You belong where your house is. Jace, I love you. You're my terrible son, but you deserve better. Unrelated. After the gods appear, Jace tells everybody to start retreating. Wait, no. Domri Raid's spark is harvested by some random zombie. So Liliana sends the signal to the zombies, which are all pouring out from this area. No, yeah, this area. He sends out the signal and says, "Start harvesting sparks. I'm casting the Elder spell. Bolas is casting the Elder spell. I'm a dragon. Roar!" Bolas is casting the Elder spell, so the zombies start harvesting sparks. The first spark harvested is Domri Raid. The zombie is like, "Hey, what's up? I know you said you would fight for Nicol Bolas, but I don't care. I'm a zombie." Whoop! Woo! And after a spark is harvested, typically the zombie explodes and sends their spark all the way over to Nicol Bolas. So Nicol Bolas gets the spark. Nicol Bolas is getting stronger with every spark he collects. Somewhere in the middle, a Viashino Pyromancer dies, and that makes me really sad, because we've never had a Viashino Planeswalker, not Pyromancer. A Viashino Planeswalker dies, and it makes me sad. He doesn't get a name or anything, but he's a lizard boy, and I love lizard boys, and he's dead. Jace sends a signal, "Everybody retreat! Everybody head to the Orzhov Senate!" That's the Orzhov Senate. So said me. They're there. Jace is now telling everybody, "Retreat! Retreat!" He sends a telepathic signal, wow, 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 to all the Planeswalkers, using the spell that Karn made based on Rawl's goggles, so everybody can see Planeswalkers, so we can talk to all the Planeswalkers. He says, "Everybody head to the Azorius Senate." I know you guys don't know where that is because you've never been here before. I've lived on this plane most of my life. But head here. I mean, here. Here. Jace actually physically saw Domri, who was with Teo Kaya Rat, lose his spark. So he sent that signal out. Unrelated, Jace hates sphinxes. Jace fact. Jace hates sphinxes. That's mentioned in the book. And they come together in Yuzoria's Senate. All of the planeswalkers, including the Teokaya rat and Rawl. And literally all of these people. I know Lavinia isn't a planeswalker, but she's here. So they're all in the Senate together, okay? Imagine they're all in the same place. Jace does hate broccoli. That's mentioned in a different story before this one happens. And Jace says, "Good, okay guys, new plan. New plan has 7 parts. I said 6, but it actually has 7. Number 1 part of the plan. We have to turn on the beacon. The beacon is the thing calling all the planeswalkers to Ravnica. Cool. Number 2, we have to turn off the Immortal Sun. The Immortal Sun is the thing keeping everybody on Ravnica. Number 3, we have to destroy the planar bridge. That's the thing over here that's making the zombies come through to Ravnica. Number 4. Oh no, the Teokaya rat fell. I love you guys. You can't fall. You're the most important characters in the book. You have to stay up here. And number 4, we have to stop Liliana from commanding the zombies that are killing all of the people and now killing all the planeswalkers. Number 5, we have to stop Nicol Bolas. However, we can do that later. We need to focus on the other stuff. Number 6, we need to protect the people of Ravnica. Gideon says that one. Number 7, we need to unite the guild and resurrect the guild pact. Jace is no longer the guild pact. You're a dumb bitch. And you don't have any power here anymore, except for, I guess, your, mind powers. But they're not as good as Bolas's, so they don't matter. That's number 7. We have to resurrect the guild pact. Maybe a sniff miss it. I don't know. I'm a roll, and my plans aren't well thought through, because I'm is it. So, Teokaya rat head toward the Selesnians to try to convince them to help them fight Nicol Bolas. They need help. Listen, everybody needs help sometimes. And Kaya Teo rat need help fighting Nicol Bolas. They need help. Baruvo, who is a centaur, and also rats. He is able to see rat, first of all. Second of all, he is rat's godfather. He helps them meet. Oh, and Nissa's with them! Right! Nissa's with them! Nissa is with these guys, but Nissa, who raised the Vitu-Ghazi, and then the Vitu-Ghazi dies to zombies, they say, we don't ever want to see you again because you made our god die, you dummy. She has to leave. So, Nissa joins Gideon, so they're fighting zombies. Gideon is still here fighting zombies. Baruvo, who is Rat's godfather, is helping them meet Amara. Amara introduces people to Tristani. Tristani is a triad of 3 dryads. Oh my god, it sounds so good! A triad of 3 dryads. They are fighting the world and making the law in Selesnya. That's happening. It's a triad of dryads. Oh, also, Gideon kills Nicol Bolas. No, wait. Gideon kills Ronus. Ronus is one of the 4 gods that got animated. I'm a dumbass and don't listen to the things I say. Gideon killed Ronus. So these guys are meeting with Tristani's 3 heads. There's Oba. Oba is the life part of Tristani. And then there's Sez. And she says, I'm the order part. Because, she says, I'm order. And then there's Sim, who's the part of harmony. It turns out that between the 3 heads of Tristani, Oba, Sez, and Sim, who is harmony, has been asleep for like 2 years since Jace left because Jace is a dumbass. And she's like, ugh. And then when these guys appear, apparently she's like, oh, hey, so you know how the Selesnya has kind of sucked for the last couple years? I'm really sorry about that. I didn't mean for that to happen. Hi, everybody. I'm Sim. And it is simply true that as the Order of Harmony happens, I'm a My Little Pony, friendship is magic, the Selesnya is black, and we're totally gonna help you. Hi, this is Amara. Amara is going to be your helper. We're gonna resurrect Mizzet using the 10 different guilds. I will be the Selesnyan representative. That's, Amara will be the Selesnyan representative. Oh! By the way, it is worth noting that Gideon, who killed Ronus harvested a bunch of sparks in the middle time. Normally when a zombie, one of the Eternals, harvests a spark, the Eternal dies as it's harvesting the spark and sending it to Nicol Bolas. Ronus didn't. So it is now a fact that the zombies, when they harvest a spark, don't die. If they are gods. I thought it was worth mentioning. So, Rawl has moved. Rawl is now in wherever the Izzet hang out. Where did the Izzet hang out? We're gonna say here on Tin Street. Rawl's here now. Rawl's here with Marie, who is a representative of Izzet. And he's trying to shut off the beacon. The beacon that makes planeswalkers want to come to Ravnica. The thing, it's like catnip for planeswalkers. So he's like, oh man, how do I shut it off? We installed like 500 failed safes to make sure it would never turn off. And how do I make it not happen? I have a goblin here, and also the goblin says, I don't know how to turn it off. I'm a goblin. So Gideon starts absorbing power from the beacon, from the bacon, and he goes pew, 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 and shoots it off into nowhere, and actually hits Kefnet. That's one of the zombie gods. Hits Kefnet and knocks off his arm. So Kefnet now has one arm. And Rawl is going, boo, boo, boo. I'm gonna suck up all the energy from the bacon and go poo, poo, poo. And he's Goku over here, just throwing all of these big old zip zaps. And it is implied that Rawl succeeds and manages to drain all the power from the interplanar beacon, so new planeswalkers are no longer being drawn to Ravnica. It works. His plan works. Kefnet has one arm. That means he's, I guess, crippled by that. So now, the Rat Pack, that's these guys, they managed to, this is the Rat Pack. The Teokaya Rat. They start heading to Gruul territory, which I'm going to say again, it's not actually said where they go, but I'm going to assume it's down here. To go convince the Gruul that they should help us defeat Nicholas Bolas, the big bad meanie boy. And I know Domri Raid got his spark harvested, but he's a dumb fuck, so like, who even cares? And the former leader of Borigmoros, the former leader of the Gruul, whose name is Borigmos, gets a kiss on the cheek from Rat, and also Rat's mom is there, because Rat's parents are both in Gruul. He's like, I'm a giant ogre, and I would love to help you guys defeat Nicol Bolas, especially now that I've gotten a kiss from my kawaii girlfriend, Rat! So, Borigmoros and the Gruul agree to help them in the war. exists again, you guys. Do I have to make a thing for Dak? Oh my god. Alright, guys. This is Dak. This is Dak Faden. Dak Faden's a planeswalker. He steals stuff. He thinks he's the best thief in the universe. He's not on this plane. Dak and Obnixilis and Karn and Samut are heading to Amonkhet. I can't point to it because it's not on this map. It's a different plane. It's not part of this. It's not part of this. It's not part of this. It's somewhere else. So anyways, Dak and Karn and Obnixilis and Samut are heading to Amonkhet. How do you get to Amonkhet? The immortal sun is stopping us from planeswalking. I know how. We're gonna use the portal that Tezzeret made that brings the zombies in. So they all go through. Actually, Dak uses a superpower, which is to make all of the zombies think that the other zombies are planeswalkers, so they all start fighting each other. So Dak's able to get through. Obnixilis actually carries Dak in like a big bear hug. I now ship Obnixilis and Dak because there's something really kinky going on there, and I would love for that to happen. They get through. Karn like just slowly walks through, like, excuse me, pardon me. Sorry, zombies, excuse me, let me through. And Samut's like running through like, whoosh! But Dak and Obnixilis fly through the portal. It turns out going through a portal intended for the zombies is bad when you're Dak, and it hurts. And he's like, oof, ah, ooh, owie, that hurts. But they're on Amonkhet right now. We'll get back to them. Rawl is now joined up with the Teokairat. The Teokairat. So Rawl's part of that. And they're heading to the Golgari to find their representative to make a new guild pact. Let's go to Slenholm. Where's that? They're here. They exist here. That's the Golgari. The Golgari zone is called Korozda. Korozda is the Golgari zone. There's liches and bitches. Mostly bitches. Anyway, they need to find a representative of Golgari to help them resurrect the guild pact, which is going to be Niv-Mizzet. So they go down into the basement, and by the basement, I mean sewers, and it's really smelly, and they're like, ew, it smells like poopy down here, because it's actually the poopy house. The Golgari make the food for Ravnica by using their poopy to make mushrooms. Everybody on Ravnica eats mushrooms, I guess. That's canonical. So Vraska shows up when they're trying to figure out, hey, who's the leader of you guys? Oh, I forgot to mention! Domri Raid is currently the leader of Azorius because Vraska turned Asperia, who was the former leader of Azorius, and a Sphinx, into stones. You're welcome. Almost forgot that. Anyway, Vraska shows up. Oh, she's like, I'm still queen, you dummies. Just because I was busy being a pirate, also I'm wearing pirate clothing, doesn't mean that I'm not still your queen. Also, I'm a pirate, and I'm wearing pirate clothing. She waited until the beacon was turned off. As you remember, Rawl, whoop, turned off the beacon before. Ew. Now, we go back to to Karn, and Dak, and Obnixilis, and Samut, and whoever else, and I think that's all of them. Anyway, they're fighting Tezzeret. They see Tezzeret on the other side of the portal that's making the zombies come through to Ravnica, and Karn uses a Thopter that Saheeli made to go
right into Tezzeret's chest, and then Tezzeret explodes. He's like,
right from his tummy, because that's where they flew the little hummingbird made out of metal into. And Tezzeret says, well, I didn't want Nicol Bolas to win anyway because he's dumb and I hate him, and then he planeswalks away. I wanted Nicol Bolas to die anyway, and you're dumb. And then Hazaret, who is the red god of Amonkhet, shows up, and she's like, hey, I'm here with Sarkhan Vol. He's gay for dragons. Hey, Dak, I'm talking to you through your mind. If you guys want my spear, you can use it to fight Nicol Bolas. He made it, actually. And Dak's like, yes! And Hazaret's like, cool. I'm gonna keep doing shit on my plane. My people are mostly devastated on account of what Nicol Bolas did here before. But, like, it's cool that you guys are here now. How do you think you're gonna get my spear back through? I'm 50 feet tall and you're like 5 feet tall. And Karn agrees to planeswalk the spear through. And also Sarkhan planeswalks back to Ravnica. Remember, they're no longer being called to Ravnica. They willingly planeswalk back to Ravnica. The portal that was making all the zombies go through when Tezzeret left is gone. It's gone. Hazaret thanks Sumit for the worship. Like, thanks for all the worship, girl. It was awesome. You're really cool and stuff. And Sumit's like, I gotta go fast! Whoosh! So Rawl and Rat and Vraska and Kaya all are walking through the sewers. We'll assume that they are where they are. Actually, they're moving this way. They're moving south. That seems pretty good, right? That seems good. And in the sewers, as they're trying to, like, you know, make their way back to the surface with Vraska, they run into, what the hell? Is that a Johnny? And Johnny's like, hey, shit, like, the people of Ravnica are getting murdered, and it's really bad, and we don't want them to get murdered anymore. And I'm a big kitty, and meow, 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 meow. Nyan, please let us hang out here. And Vraska's like, as Queen of the Gorgons, I hereby decree that the sewers are a place for all of the Ravnicans to hang out safe and sound. I'm Vraska. Also, Zhang Yangu and Mu Yang Ling and Huatli are in the group with a Johnny that hang out in the sewers now. So they're now all in the sewers protecting people. Now, it's time for Gideon and Arlencord and Tamio and Narset and Tybalt and Davriel Kane, who I actually don't know much about because I haven't read his short story yet, and the Wanderer to all fight some of the zombies. So the Eternals are fighting those guys. I'm fighting them, using my powers, and also I'm the Wanderer, and I say, hey, Gideon! Yes? Please punch me! Okay! Boom! And the Wanderer gets punched in the face because it turns out that the Wanderer uses kinetic energy. She converts kinetic energy into her fighting power, so she had asked Mr. Gids to punch her in the face so she could get more energy to fight zombies. Also, Soren just showed up. Soren Markov showed up, and Nahiri had been shown earlier in the meeting over here with these dumbasses. So these dumbasses had, Nahiri was there, Soren showed up, and Nahiri and Soren stopped fighting each other. They were fighting each other, and now they're fighting the zombies. It's happening. Oh, and Nissa, who had gone over to them, and Angrath are there. Just in case you were like curious, Angrath's there. You'd think Angrath, who has 2 lovely daughters. Angrath is a Minotaur pirate. He wasn't always a pirate. He was a Minotaur. He got stuck on Ixalan, and he has 2 daughters, and he loves them very much, and you'd think he wouldn't planeswalk anywhere ever again because he loves his daughters so much, and he wants them to have a good life, and he wants them to go to a good college because he's a good dad, and he says, oh, my beautiful cow daughters, I love you. And except he left and he went to Ravnica, and now he's fighting Nicol Bolas. I love you. Anyway, it's time for... That's Chandra? Oh shit, that says Chandra. Chandra? Nope. Ugh. And Lavinia. Woo! And also Saheeli Rai, who's the artificer from the plane that Dovin Bond is from, are in the Azorius area. They're in New Prov. Wait, no. They're in New Prov. Yeah, that looks right. That's New Prov right there. See that like big old, like the 3 things converging on a circle? It's where the Immortal Sun is being held right now. And Chandra and Saheeli and Lavinia are gonna go fight Dovin Bond at New Prov. And so they're fighting Dovin Bond, who has tons of Thopters. And he's like, haha, eat Thopters. I know you, Saheeli. I know you, Chandra. I know all your weakness. I'm gonna kick your ass. Whoa! But it turns out Chandra isn't actually Chandra. It turns out Chandra is Lazov. Lazov is the head of the Dimir. That's the blue-black guild. Also, he's using a flamethrower to imitate Chandra. Turns out that Chandra is trying to knock down the Immortal Sun to break it and make it stop working. And Chandra is like, what's up, fuck boy? I'm kicking your ass. And she's just like pushing against the Immortal Sun, trying to knock it over. While Lazov, who was impersonating Chandra, is like, oh shit, Dovin knows who I am. Ninja stars! And Lazov blinds Dovin Bond using ninja stars. I'm Lazov. You're Lazov. Somewhere earlier in the book, a goblin was Lazov. I forgot to mention that. There's also more stuff happening. Like Sarkhan, who's the guy who wants to bone dragons. And Dak. Fuck. Dak. And the Wanderer, that's the one who wants to get punched in the face. Whoa. They're fighting together right now. It's just mentioned. It turns out Sarkhan knows the Wanderer. It looks like the Wanderer just accidentally travels planes a lot. And the Wanderer blinks whoop, whoop, when she's about to get killed by some zombies. And so Dak thinks that that's okay. So Dak thinks that it's normal to be able to planeswalk away while you're underneath a normal sun. The Wanderer's really used to wandering away. This isn't really mentioned. Anyway, so Dak's like, oh, if a zombie ever gets his hand on me, I'll just planeswalk away like the Wanderer, and I'll be fine.
Spoiler alert, that doesn't work. He tries, but it doesn't work.
Now it's Rakdos time! Where's Rakdos at? Gorehouse sounds right. We're gonna go to the Gorehouse. It's right here, right? Yeah. Okay, so Raul and Teo and Kaya and Rat and Vraska all go to the Gorehouse, which is a bunch of spiraling staircases that head down to the Rakdos territory. The Rakdos, for anybody who doesn't know, they are the Red Black Guild. The Red Black Guild, wow, I'm Disney. The Red Black Guild is really into bondage and torture and fire and clowns. It's like everything I hate at once. So they make it down to the basement of the Rakdos place, and they're like, hey, we need to enlist somebody to help us resurrect Niv Mizzet as the guild pact. Do you have anybody? And Rakdos, who's a giant demon, who's the head of the house, is like, no, fuck you. And then Dame Exava shows up and is like, hey guys, it's me, it's Dame Exava. Boop, 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 knives. Boop, 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 knives. I'm all about blood because I'm a blood witch. Blood, 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 blood. And then Tomek, who is Rawl's boyfriend, shows up with Hekara's corpse. If you remember earlier, Hekara was killed by Lavinia, who was being mind controlled by Bolas, and he shows up with Hekara's corpse. This is Tomek, and he's like, hey, this is yours, throws it on the ground, and Exava's like, cool! And she, and a bunch of other stuff, brings it into the Jester's Crypt. So they throw Hekara's corpse into Jester's Crypt because she's fucking dead. And then then Exava leaves after Rakdos says, no, I'm not going to help you. And Hekara actually comes back to life for no reason that I can understand. And Hekara is just like, hey, everybody, I have no idea what's going on. Sure, I'll help you. And Rakdos is like, no, you won't help them. And she's like, shut up, Rakdos. I'm awesome. So Hekara is the representative of the Rakdos Guild. Also, Hekara used to be able to see Rat. Rat, who is usually invisible to people, is very upset because the resurrected Hekara can't see Rat. That's just like a fun fact. Judith is not mentioned at any point in the story. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. So now, Jace has a great plan. That's right, Jace, my horrible son, my terrible son, my sticky note of a son, has a great plan. And he's going to tell... Wait, they're gonna fight Liliana. So they go over here where Liliana is, near Bolas, at the foot of the Citadel. So Jace and Vivian and Jaya and Teferi are going to kill Liliana. That's their plan. So the plan is that Teferi is going to slow down time. So Liliana doesn't have time to react to Jaya's fireballs. Boom! Boom! And Vivian's arrows, which are actually animals from the plane of Scala. And they attack Liliana. But Liliana survives their onslaught because she has the chain veil. She puts on a chain veil, and she's kind of muffled because she's got the chain veil on. But the spirits of the Anake ogres, which inhabit the chain veil, protect her. Also, Bolas at one point intervenes and is like, hey, you dumbass, cut it out! Because Gideon is starting to attack Bolas. So now they have representatives of the 10 guilds. And by they, I mean Ral, Teo, Kaya, Rat, Vraska, Hekara, Baruvo, Vamara, whatever. Lazob's there. Nissa. Where's Nissa? Nissa. They're all here. Nissa has manipulation of ley lines. Those are the manifestations of energy that go through the plane. And Nissa's able to use the ley lines in order to connect all of the guilds. And also, Niv Mizzet's bones are there. They're stinky bones. I have a note here. It says Teo protects. Okay, so Nissa is trying to raise the ley lines and reconnect the 10 guilds with the 10 representatives of the guilds there. And when Niv Mizzet died before the story, he was burned to flames. You don't have to question that. We don't know what had happened or how it happened, but we know it happened. So Niv Mizzet is resurrected by Nissa as Teo. The shield boy protects them with his really rad shields. And then Niv Mizzet, who's like, I'm dragon and also now I'm rainbow colored and not just red and blue. I'm everything. He goes over to Kefnet, who has one arm. Remember, Brawl blasted Kefnet's arm off before. And it's like, whoa! And Kefnet dies. So Kefnet, one of the zombified gods of Amonkhet, is dead. And Niv Mizzet then falls over because he's tired and he did a really good job. And he's sleeping somewhere over here. Jai, what are you up to? Oh, Jai was fighting Liliana with Jace. Right, that's happening. So now everybody retreats. Wait, no. Wait. Oh, yes. Jace then issues a, hey, we need to regroup after they failed to kill Liliana. And so now everybody is back at the Azorius Senate House. Fuck. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Everybody's at the Azorius Senate House again. And everybody is like, oh man, your idea to resurrect the Guild Pact didn't work. You guys are dumb. And also, Chandra, who turned off the Immortal Sun, can you, like, turn it back on again? Because we have an idea. So they send Chandra to go turn the Immortal Sun back on. And that's so Nico Bolas can't leave, because they think they're going to kill him with Gideon Jura in his Black Blade. The Black Blade, which had killed an Elder Dragon before. In fact, it had killed, wait, I'm looking it up. I wrote this down. I looked this up in the lore separately. I looked this up. Where is it? No, where is it? I wrote it down. Okay, I can't find it. I have so many notes and I can't find it. Anyway, everybody's in the Azorius Guild House except for these fucks, Liliana and Bolas. Liliana's still controlling the zombies at this point. And they take the... Oh, and two guys take the Guild Pact because they decide they want to protect all of existence forever. That would be... Kaya takes the Guild Pact. And... Chandra... turns the Immortal Sun back on. They send Chandra to turn the Immortal Sun back on. She turns the Immortal Sun back on. Jace and Vraska also see each other for the first time, and they're like, whoa, you're still hot. And, hi, you're still hot. And then they don't make out. They make out later. It's okay. Dak dies. That's right, guys. The greatest thief in the universe is fucking dead. That's what I think of the greatest thief of the universe. He's dead! And Liliana tells Oketra and Bantu, hey, y'all should start attacking Bolas, because you're gods and you're better than him. And Bolas is like, fuck you, you just violated our contract. And Liliana starts to disintegrate. Oh no. Oh wait, no. Liliana tells Oketra to take down Gideon. I said something out of order. Please redact the last few minutes of what I said. So Liliana is telling Oketra to shoot down Gideon, because Gideon is on Gideon's Promise, the Pegasus, and he's flying giddy up onto Bolas. And he's like, I'm going to use the Black Blade to slay you. Yeah! Boom! And Liliana is like, hey, Oketra, can you, like, shoot down Mr. Gideon? And Oketra's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Whoop! Bing! Except Oketra was actually aiming at the horse, Gideon's Promise. That's the Pegasus. And Pegasus dies, That's Pegasus from Kingdom Hearts, from Hercules, the Disney movie. It's dead. It's dead, and Nicol Bolas is like, Liliana, why didn't you shoot Gideon instead of that horse? And Liliana's like, Gideon's immortal. You can't just kill him. Oh my god. It's like, you don't know fucking anything. And Nicol Bolas is like, sure. And then Gideon is falling to the ground. Oh no, I'm falling. And then, whoa, Rakdos, the demon who's the head of the Rakdos Guild, is helping Gideon fly up to Nicol Bolas because I guess he was cool after all. I don't know. Sure, it's happening right now. And whoa! I'm Gideon and I have a sword and I'm gonna stab you with the Black Blade, which canonically slayed a Elder Dragon before. And he stabs Nicol Bolas with the Black Blade, and it doesn't do anything. In fact, the blade breaks. The Black Blade, the Black Blade, which gets +1/+1 for each land you control, it breaks. It's gone, and it's disappeared forever because it's broken. Oh shit, Gideon's plan of defeating Nicol Bolas didn't work. And Nicol Bolas was like, ha! I mean, you thought I would die to that blade? You dumb fuck! I made myself invulnerable to that blade thousands of years ago after my sister-in-law died. That's right, my sister-in-law. It's on one of these notes. It's on one of these notes. It's on one of these notes. It's on one of these notes, and I cannot find it. Jesus, Lapidus. Okay, so Zetus Lapidus, I can't find it. An Elder Dragon was slain. Piru! Piru! Her name was Piru! Okay, so the Piru, who was made of P and Ru, she was the one who was slayed with the Black Blade before. Anyway, the Black Blade doesn't do shit. So Nicol Bolas is just like, ha, Gideon, you're dumb as fuck. Slap! That's the card Tyrant Scorn, if you ever want to look it up. So Nicol Bolas is on the ground near Liliana. Wow, a lot of the Planeswalkers also fell during this, didn't they? And Liliana's like, oh shit. Wait a minute. If Nicol Bolas destroys all of humanity, do I, like, get to live? I don't know. So she starts directing Aketra and Bonchu to despark Nicholas Bellissimus. And they're pretty close to each other, so that's okay. And, so Aketra gets her arm. Wait, no. So Gideon, after he falls near Liliana. And Liliana is like, oh man, Gideon, you don't look so good. And Gideon's like, whatever, I'm invulnerable. But also, you have a better chance at beating Nicol Bolas than I do. So have my immortality. So, Liliana is now immortal because Gideon gave Liliana her immortality, so Liliana is now super duper indestructible. She was going to die because she started directing zombies at Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas was going to kill her in violation of the contract, but as she was burning up into flames, in the end it didn't really matter, because Gideon killed himself to save Liliana. Liliana is now directing Bontu and Aketra to attack Nicol Bolas. And all they need to do is get a grip on him. And then he will be disparked. But he's really distracted because, I don't know, he's super self-absorbed. And Nicol Bolas obliterates. It actually says the God Pharaoh, who types in all caps, all of his text is in all caps, obliterates Aketra, just like you would in Yu-Gi-Oh! So Liliana has used Aketra and Bontu to despark Bolas. Bolas is being desparked by Bontu. His spark is being absorbed and stuff. Because of how many sparks that Nicol Bolas absorbed, Bontu explodes. Aketra was obliterated. And also, Niv Mizzet stabs Nicol Bolas with Hazoret's spear. That's right, it came back! It came back! Hazoret's spear was there for a reason. Hazoret's spear was made by Nicol Bolas. He made it on purpose so he could be really powerful. I'm Hazoret and I'm really powerful and I work for Nicol Bolas, except for now that I don't work for Nicol Bolas and I'm going to give this spear to Karn. And Karn gave the spear to Niv Mizzet. And Niv Mizzet gave the spear to himself so he could stab Nicol Bolas with it. And now he's really distracted. And then Bantu explodes because he absorbed too much spark from Nicol Bolas, and now Nicol Bolas is dead. As Nicol Bolas dies, his egg, it's an egg, it's a thing between his horns, his egg falls to the ground, and somehow it's not 5 feet tall anymore. Now it's like maybe the size of this roll of tape, and Liliana's like, alright, cool, see you later. Woo! And she planes walks away! She planes walks away, she's not here anymore! She's not here anymore! So Liliana is fucking gone, and she has the egg! Chandra tells Chandra tells Nissa that she loves her, and then Nissa says, I love you too, but it seems like a more sisterly thing, even though I want them to fuck. Roland Tomic kiss. Jason Vraska kiss. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Don't call the egg the gem of becoming. It's an egg. And then Rakdos is like, man, everybody must be really tired of doing all this war shit. Let's party! And so Rakdos takes Sakara and they start planning the best party ever. But everybody says, wait, there's still some refugees. There's still some, there's shit we need to take care of. And so Vraska is assigned by everybody to go fight Dovin Bond, which is weird because he's been blinded by Lazov's ninja stars. Kaya is assigned to go fight Liliana Vess. Also, Kaya took the Oath Watch, the Gate Watch. She took the Oath of the Gate Watch. It's 1 black, 1 white, 1 colorless mana. It deals 3 damage to any target, and then you gain 3 life. She's a super friend. She's part of the Gatewatch now. That's Kaya. And Rawl has to go fight Tezzeret, even though his boyfriend probably says, what the fuck are you doing? Pay attention to me. I live on Ravnica and I'm not a planeswalker. Oh, and Sahili was Lazov the whole time. And now we get into the epilogue, wherein it turns out Nicol Bolas didn't die. Jace used a spell to make it look like Nicol Bolas died and turned into spark dust, and his spark flew up into the air as Bantu spark harvested him, because Bantu actually spark harvested him with his teeth. Her teeth. She was a giant alligator head biting Nicol Bolas. And he's not dead. Ugin actually planeswalked with a desparked Nicol Bolas to the egg, which is the gem of whatever. Which is the gem. And it's a special plane. It's a meditation plane. And Jace made it look like Nicol Bolas died, but he didn't actually die. So Ugin teleported in and was like, see you later, Sugger. Whoosh! Right as the Immortal Sun disappeared, like when the Immortal Sun was again deactivated, Ugin walked away with Nicol Bolas into egg, and now Nicol Bolas is desparked. He's no longer a planeswalker, and Ugin is watching over him. Ugin is again a spirit dragon, so he's just like, whatever, I got all the time in the world. Got all the time in the world, baby. All the time in the world. And Bolas spent like 2 weeks being unconscious. He's just a dragon now. That's the end. I hope you like watching. The end. Ow! Oh! Oh! Don't clap your your hands that hard. Oh no! Oh no! That is the War of the Spark by Greg Wiseman, as told by me, Amy, the Amazonian. Niv-Mizzet's age is 16,768. That's all you need to know. Unrelated. Hi. Thank you for watching my stream. I'm gonna go to a liquor tasting to keep up this party. Thank you so much for watching. It was awesome. I hope you enjoyed my very informational session on the War of the Spark. I think my notes were very helpful. I'm now a Planeswalker, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Planeswalk out of here, if you know what I mean, if you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. See you later!